A client of mine bought a popular DIY security system, installed it themselves. Motion detectors on the first floor, sensors on the doors, the whole setup. 6 months later, they stopped using it entirely. Not because it broke, because they had 2 large dogs, and every time the dogs moved through the house, the motion detectors would have triggered. So they just never armed them. They paid for protection they literally couldn't use. After 20 years designing and installing security systems, I can tell you this is the most common mistake I see. People don't buy the wrong brand, they buy the wrong design. And that mistake doesn't show up on day one. It shows up weeks later, after repeated false alarms, after you stop arming the system, after you realize the thing you bought doesn't match how you actually live. So here are 4 questions to ask before you buy any system, DIY or professional. Most people start with, I want a security system, but that's not specific enough because a security system can mean very different things. Question 1. What are you actually protecting against? Are you primarily concerned about unauthorized intrusion, someone breaking in? Life safety threats like fire or carbon monoxide? Environmental issues like water leaks or temperature extremes? Or all of the above? Most systems can handle all 3, but knowing which matters most to you changes everything. What sensors you need, where they go, and how the system should behave. If break-ins are your main concern, your sensor strategy looks very different than if you're most worried about a carbon monoxide leak while you're sleeping. We go deeper on sensor types and placement in another video on this channel, link in the description. Question 2. When do you actually need protection? This one catches almost everyone off guard. Do you need protection only when the house is empty, or also when you're home? And if you want protection while you're home, while you're awake and moving around, or only at night? Most systems have multiple arming modes for exactly this reason. Away mode arms everything. Night mode keeps your perimeter sensors active but turns off interior motion so you can walk to the kitchen after midnight without triggering an alarm. Stay mode might only arm entry points. Here's why this matters practically. If you work from home, you can't arm motion detectors during the day. If your kids get home from school before you do, they need to know how to disarm the system, or you'll get false alarm calls at 3:15 every afternoon. These aren't hypothetical. These are scenarios I dealt with hundreds of times. The design needs to match when you need protection and who will be interacting with the system. Question 3. How will you respond to alerts? This is where systems quietly fail. Your system detects something, a door opening, smoke, motion in a room. Now what? Who gets notified and what happens next? In a self-monitored setup, alerts come to your phone. You decide what to do. No monthly fees, full control. Sounds great. But think through this scenario. It's 3 a.m. Your carbon monoxide alarm goes off while you're asleep. But carbon monoxide exposure makes you drowsy and disoriented. If you're the only line of response and you can't respond, what happens? With professional monitoring, a station receives that alert around the clock. They try to contact you, and if they can't reach you, they can request a dispatch from local authorities. It costs anywhere from $20 to $50 a month, but response happens even if you're unconscious, traveling, or your phone is dead. I'm not saying one is better than the other. I'm saying you need to think through real scenarios before you decide. We have a full video on self-monitoring versus professional monitoring on this channel if you want to dive deeper into monitoring. Question 4. Can this system grow with you? Here's something most people never consider. Your security system knows more about your home's occupancy than almost anything else you own. When you arm to away mode, it knows nobody's home. Motion sensors know which rooms are active. That makes a security system a powerful trigger for home automation. Arm to away mode, lights turn off, thermostats adjust to save energy. Disarm when you get home late at night. Entry lights come on so you're never walking into a dark house. Smoke alarm triggers. HVAC shuts off to stop smoke from circulating, Hallway lights turn on to illuminate exit paths. Even if you don't care about automation today, you might in 2 or 3 years. So ask, can this system integrate with other platforms? Can it expand? Or are you locked into a closed ecosystem where replacing it later means starting from scratch? So before you start comparing brands and prices, answer these 4 questions first. What are you protecting against? When do you need protection? How will you respond to alerts? And can the system grow with you? Because the best system for someone else might be completely wrong for you. And the most expensive mistake isn't overpaying, it's buying a system you stop using. This topic is foundational to everything else on this channel. If structured advice like this is useful to you, consider subscribing. We cover security systems, monitoring options, sensor strategies, and automation, all from 20 years of real-world experience. Thanks for watching. I'll catch you in the next one.